right, the stage is set for the last session. It's like industry insight session, and the topic is global trends in green marketing. Sustainable practices meet cutting edge technology. We have our first speaker joining in, Ahmad. He's a head of marketing and brand communication with Alfa Laval, Middle East and Africa. Can we have a big round of applause for Ahmad? So can we have a full-on energy? Our second speaker is Sergei Dobrovolskii. He's a digital marketing manager with Dynamic Scientific. Can we have a big round of applause for Sergei? And the moderator of the session, Gina, Margaret. She's the Chief Marketing Officer with B Digital Creatives. So can we have a big round of applause for Gina? So over to you, Gina.
A very pleasant afternoon, everybody. So today we are going to be discussing green marketing. This is a lovely topic because if we look around with what's currently happening with the world, our Earth, I don't want to say our Earth is dying, but our Earth is going through a lot because of how we as people have used and consumed, and there is a lot that we need to do, and we have a big responsibility as humans to make sure we take care of our planet. So today I'm joined by amazing representatives of companies that are currently practicing green marketing, and they will be talking about their strategies, their ways, and how we can also do the same thing. So I'll hand over to you to just introduce yourself briefly.
Okay, hello to survivors. Nice to meet you. My name is Sergei, and I'm a digital marketing manager in Dynamic Scientific. I'm not only digital marketing manager, but web developer as well, by my job title and my state of mind. So I'm glad to be here, and let's discuss it.
Okay, so good afternoon, and thank you for your attendance to this beautiful gathering for this, let's say, conference. My name is Ahmad, and I'm the head of marketing and brand communication for Alfa Laval, Middle East and Africa. It's a Swedish company, basically, that produces solutions for industrial use, mainly for heat management, and also for fluid handling and for separation. And if I give you a little bit of my background, I've been doing marketing for almost 17 years, and focusing on sustainability and communication has been during my last 3 organizations, including Alfa Laval, Bosch, and Panasonic. So let's then look what we have on the agenda, and we will also be happy to hear your questions and feedback.
Excellent. So I'm just going to ask some general questions first, and then we'll go deep into the details. What are the global trends in green marketing do you find promising? And how does each of your companies or brand incorporate these trends into your strategies for sustainability and consumer engagement?
All right. So basically, I remember very well from like 14, 15 years back, we talk about sustainability. And I remember that was focusing on a lot of elements. And it was something like a cherry on the top of the cake. And that was when I was like marketing person and marketing manager for Panasonic. We talked about having products that are mercury-free, for example, to preserve the memory of children and to make the product, let's say, more eco-friendly. And that was kind of things that people don't really pay attention on. It was something like, okay, important, not really important much. But today, I have seen the change rapidly going at a fast pace. Because one of the reasons is that the regulations are getting more and more tough. We don't see this in our daily life, but if I talk about industrial sectors, the regulations are really putting a lot of pressure on manufacturer and on all the stakeholders to become more sustainable. So if you are from B2B background, you will see that even your customer will have a lot of goal to achieve, and the marketing will be playing the key role because it is how you phrase the story. That's one. If I talk about, let's say, consumer product, okay, you are buying today, let's say, a washing machine or any kind of product. You need to think again about how much of energy you are burning, how much of water you are consuming, what is the product lifespan, how long you will use it before you throw it away, you dispose it, and you buy another one. Then the question is, what happens after you dispose it? Is it going into circular economy or not? Is it going to be recycled? Is it going to do something else to the community? Or you are just putting more junk into the environment? And another question that also average consumer don't really focus on, what happened, how much of carbon did the product or the manufacturer produce to have that product delivered to your doorstep? So today I would say all of these are quite visible in B2B and industrial sectors. And the consumer, we also noticed that by surveys, the consumer who are also not specialists of industry, they are willing to pay more to have a product which is sustainable because they will have more, let's say, they are more conscious about the environment, and they are more, let's say, willing to pay because that is becoming more and more, not let's say, a kind of luxury purpose, but it become more a kind of demand and a purpose for the consumer. So I think having this, let's say, consciousness with the customer and the awareness with the customer is becoming more and more day by day, and the customers are paying more just to have the product which is more sustainable. So trends, I would say, from awareness point of view, is becoming more and more increasing from the customer, from the regulatory authorities, and also from, let's say, the other stakeholders, including NGOs and governments and everyone else. This is what I want to say for now, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Keep something for later.
Speaking about the trends of green marketing, I can definitely see that nowadays the new generations are much more involved in environmental things. Yes, they care about their impact on environment, and they want from the companies where they buy things. They want transparency, and nowadays they don't want just belief promises. They want hard evidence of your efforts, what you do to reduce consumption of energy, reduce resource consumption, and they really care about what you're doing and about what impact themselves will bring to the table, how do they can be involved in helping our planet to keep green, go green, right? Yes, so that's why all these companies, speaking about washing machines, they put these labels AAA, so it's very economic, it's not just about, saving money, but also saving planet. Okay, so also a big trend on transparency, and people and social media users, they want to know, backstage of how the product produced. They want to know what's happening, how do the stuff they want to get, how it was produced. And it's very important, it's very important part of trust building, long-lasting building of trust with your potential customers. So, and I believe maybe last but not least trend, it's we are both from B2B background, and what I noticed that even in this conservative niche, B2B, where you know on website or social media you should be very strong and very conservative, and nowadays we can see that people who work in your business customers, yes, people want to be engaged, and they also want to be involved in process of buying, and they want to study your products, they want to feel themselves like a part of the process, not just like it's company to company. It's like they want to be real people, and you need to talk with them like with a people, not like with a company.
Thank you for that. So I think it's very important for any digital marketing agency or individual to incorporate green marketing. And besides just the selling point of view, the reality is how we consume and how we live our daily lives is affecting the globe. And I think it's very important for companies to incorporate sustainability design, responsibility, green initiatives, green practices, and green policies. So, Ahmed, as your role, I want to understand in the logistics industry, as your role, how do you approach integrating sustainability with marketing, especially when educating customers about eco-friendly products, and what challenges do you face in your positioning of these value-added solutions?
Yeah, I think there are two parts in the question. So if I talk about marketing approach from, let's say, a company where I work for now, and it is quite involved in energy and sector, and also in production of food, water, and also in the marine industry. Let's say today again the sustainability is not something that is just adding value to the brand, but it is actually very important to do the brand positioning of with the sustainability at the larger scale and at global scale and the local scale. Let's say today, we are talking about the customer expectation and the customer benefit. If the customer today is expecting to lower their cost, instead of talking about the cost today, we are talking about, again, sustainability. Because if I am offering a product which can reduce the energy consumption, reduce the wastewater, and last longer than the others, that means my product also, the total cost of ownership for the customer or the industrial factory is less than others. So that is becoming actually a different way to present that your product are having really a competitive advantage. So it is on top priority today to talk sustainability in first place as the main message, and then to support your messages for if you are, let's say, doing a campaign, to support it with a secondary messaging about the data and about the figures that proves that your products are sustainable and means that they can achieve the goal of sustainability for the customer, and they can reduce the cost of the operation and improve the efficiency of the factory or the efficiency of the operation. So challenges also a lot, because if I tell you about the survey that have been done, that 80% of companies that claim to say and claim that they are sustainable, 80% of them, they provided no proof. So basically it goes into annual report, and that annual sustainability report is a must for many companies in the industrial sector in region like Europe. So they can easily, let's say, after closing the year, release that kind of sustainability report, but the evidence on daily basis is absent. So finding that evidence and putting that into the marketing language and embedding this into your campaign as a marketer and trying to prove it with your messaging for your campaign and also creating the messaging house for the persona will be the big challenge, because you need to rely on really, let's say, facts and figures that are provided by engineers and researchers, finding that facts and figures that can prove the message you want to disseminate, then of course putting that into the channel and reaching to the right audience and the right persona is not an easy job. So I would say yes, of course, correlating, let's say, the regulation with your, let's say, product and value offering and sustainability, let's say, your sustainability drivers is very important and very challenging at the same time. Let me tell you one thing, like, you know, we buy any kind of grocery stuff. We look at the package and we see nutrient fact, we see also the calories, but we don't see how much of carbon footprint that product has produced in the production, in the logistics, and also until it reaches you and until you use it. So that kind of information is missing. But today it's more and more important and more necessary that such information is available. We experience B2B customers in the industrial sectors. They track this kind of information. For example, today we can use the blockchain to trace the logistic chain of a product and how much the product has produced of carbon emission until it reaches the customer. So that is one of the, let's say, the fact. You can also use it as a marketer just to prove that your product is really sustainable and it is a green product. And another thing, for example, we used to have products that are quite heavy, very huge industrial product that are produced somewhere else, either in Asia or Europe. And customer usually, when they place the order, they need the order in a matter of 2 weeks. So there are two options: 2 months for sea shipping or 2 weeks by air. They will pay because they have actually they have the reason to pay for that. So what we have done as a campaign as a marketing campaign is that we started discussing this with our logistic colleagues, and we started to discuss this with our engineers. What we have done is that we built assembly center locally in the region, and we kept the raw material available 365 days a year. Then any customer placing the order now, they can get it in a matter of 2 weeks and don't have to use the air shipping because it is emitting a lot of carbon, almost 5 times more than the marine shipping. So that was a good campaign actually to promote also that the company is having evidence that we are moving more and more sustainable, and we are now reducing. We could calculate the reduction of emission by just having the local assembly, and of course all the components that are stored locally, they are shipped by sea. That is 1/5 of the carbon emission by air. And that was a good campaign, and that was also a good customer appreciation because customer still they are getting the product in a matter of 2 weeks at the same price. So there are a lot of let's say approaches from marketing. This was driven completely by marketing, by looking at how we can reduce the carbon emission, because you also probably have heard about the net zero initiative 2030 and 2050 and Paris Agreement that we need to go carbon neutral by 2050. And unfortunately today, the Paris Agreement will not be achieved. So there is a quite big urge to do kind of accelerations in order to again come back to Paris Agreement. One of the commitment at the global level my organization is doing is that we put a goal of net zero for the whole company at scope 1 and 2 by 2030. And it is actually helping us as marketer also to provide evidence that we are really serious when it comes to sustainability. Sustainability for me and my team and my company is not just an annual report that goes to just to fulfill the purpose of audit or the regulation which are out in somewhere of the region. So I think the big challenge today will be the evidence and to be serious about that, and also to get the trust of your customer and the community, because we have also a community of NGOs, we have governments, we have regulations, and we have also a lot of associations that are also checking and working with us to see if we are supporting such kind of sustainability drives.
Thank you so much for that. What would be your advice for any company, organization, or even individuals that haven't started practicing sustainability? Where do they start? How do they go about it? Also, is there a cost implication in implementing all of these things?
Yeah, I think, like, I remember these days back in 15, 16 years, when I think we were, okay, we have to be conscious and we have to be careful about sustainability and how much of, let's say, emission we are doing in industrial sector. I remember when I was in Panasonic, there was a lot of calculation about the factories in Thailand, the factories in China, the factories in Malaysia, and there was kind of reporting what is the carbon emission from each one. And it was a bit at let's say, at early stage, because we were saying, okay, it will happen in the future. The global warming is increasing. But today it is not something that's happening in the future. It's happening now. We are facing this. We have seen what is happening in different countries, in different places. I have colleagues back in India, for example, in Pune. The weather and the climate is absolutely different from what it used to be 10 years back over there. Like it is in different places. We have seen a lot of things happening in Greece last summer. So today we are living the impact. The bad impact on the environment is something we live today. So that's why I think the awareness is increasing. And what was the second part of your question?
The second part was, where does one start?
For startup, okay.
Any cost implications?
Yeah, I think even the startup today, they are quite aware that they need to put sustainability dimensions to their business, and they have to show to the community how much they are responsible in terms of sustainability. I've been doing a consultation for a startup, and we were talking about the setup for the organization and the marketing and the team and the logistics, and the first thing they ask about, how do we approach our sustainability positioning? It is quite important today, from a small scale to big scale organization, from startup business to even a mature business, to really look at how much of sustainability are you supporting, what is your impact on the environment, because you have the responsibility to the community, you have the responsibility to the regulatory authorities, and also today, any average customer, again, they look into the product, let's say, sustainability. They look at the sticker, the basic thing, but that's not the whole story, as I told you, because there is one story from the time you own the product until you, let's say, the end of life, but there is a full story before that, how the product was produced and how the products reached you. So if we have, even if we try to start up a business, it's very important to show to the customers, to your target audience, that you are really concerned about the sustainability, and this is your participation in sustainability. And I think it can encounter everything, even in services. We have been, let's say, in different organizations, we have been trying to do remote services instead of having field visit or face-to-face, because even that not only is more efficient and more fast, but even the reduction of transportation will reduce your carbon emission. So I think services, products, and any kind of industry, you need to think about what is your, let's say, impact on the environment, show it to the customer, prove it, and it will provide you with a competitive advantage. And I think it is like today, I mean, customers, again, willing to pay more if the product is more sustainable in production, in delivery, and during the lifetime of the product.
Initial advice that I can give to someone who wants to start their sustainability efforts and bring some awareness about this to his customers is to avoid greenwashing, which stands for providing false information about their sustainability practices or bloating about these terms, right? So if you want to make some sustainability, to add some sustainability efforts to make the planet our planet more green. So do this properly and don't try to do greenwashing, because nowadays, if someone will catch you, your reputation will significantly decreased. So it's not worth it. Not worth it. So be clear and consistent.
Can I add one thing also?
Sure.
Also, yeah, try to also have, let's say, consultation from professional, let's say, sustainability officer, because it goes beyond like today saying like I'm using LED in my office is not enough, or let's say I'm using, I'm not using plastic cups is not enough. So try to consult with a professional. If you are a startup, try to consult with a professional sustainability officer to try to explain to you your whole supply chain and your whole value chain, what is the impact what is the environment impact on it, and how you can improve it and how you can prove it. Because again, the story, what you tell is what matter, but the story should be supported by facts and figures.
Cool.
Yes, and it's very important to mention that sustainable approach is not always more expensive than regular approach, right? So it's not always you will pay more. Sometimes you even will pay less if you like reuse something. Or so to have a consultation with an expert is a really great opportunity for you, not just not like make some mistakes, but even decrease your consumption, decrease your costs.
Thank you so much. So this is for you, Sergei. As a digital marketing expert in a tech-driven company, how do you leverage digital tools to promote sustainability or sustainable practices?
So I'm from Dynamic Scientific, and I will speak in terms of our company and regarding our product. So it will be like a case study, right? So we are producing a real-time monitoring system for industrial equipment. This system allows oil and gas facilities to reduce maintenance, to increase uptime, to reduce spare parts consumption, energy consumption, resources consumption. It's quite close to the sustainability, and to be honest, we started to using this approach, these terms in our marketing not so long ago. And what do we use? Even in such regular tools like Google Ads or LinkedIn Ads, you can segment the audiences which are related to environmental issues, which care about environment. And you can tailor your advertising campaigns which are committed to their goals, which are, people will feel that they are related to these campaigns. Your product can solve their problems. And segmentation is still very important trend for this year and next, I believe, because you can, for example, for our customers, we have 3 points. It's maintenance managers whose main goal is to decrease maintenance, not to do so much repairs. there is top management who primarily want to decrease costs and increase income, right? And there is environmental managers, environmental safety managers, and their goal, they have their own KPI, right? So they want this, and we can maintain our campaigns to make it precisely to the goals of our customers, dividing our target audience to the specific by the field of their job, right? Of course, speaking about the tools, we also using tools for listening audience sentiment. Yes, we are trying to understand what we bring into the audience, how do they feel about that, and that allows us to maintain our campaigns adjusted to make it more precise and more profitable for both parts for them and for us. So these two tools nowadays is more important in our efforts regarding sustainability marketing.
Thank you so much. So before we open to the floor for questions, Ahmad, you had a video you wanted us to watch.
Yeah, I want to actually share a little bit about the content marketing, because again, it is today what story you tell. And one thing also I would like to add, today with the, let's say, what is happening in technology are accelerating also the ability for marketing to deliver and disseminate the messages more efficiently. Today, if we follow the data-driven marketing approach, we can reach exactly the precise audience and persona we want and deliver the specific message. This was not available before, and this makes marketing more efficient and more eco-friendly, because instead of printing and distributing a lot of collaterals like it used to be in the past, today I can reach on certain platform, let's say the sustainability manager in the, let's say, oil field or in the plant which is producing, let's say, beverages. And using the technology will also helping actually the marketers to deliver the messages more efficiently. And also today, artificial intelligence is helping. Let's say one of the solutions, let's say now we are using the artificial intelligence to help the vessels navigate into the easy route in the ocean that can save time, avoid, let's say, storms, and have a higher speed to reach to the destination faster. Using the AI algorithm will help to let's say, the sailors to navigate. And we are trying also to, let's say, to promote that and to show that, of course, with the artificial intelligence, we are supporting more and more sustainability approaches. Because if the vessel is, let's say, going into short way, consuming less, of course, less fuel, that means it is less carbon emission. And all of that today is supported by a lot of tools that a marketing can use to promote and to talk about the solutions and the product they are trying to promote. And keep in mind also that the marketing approach today is quite concerned about the circular economy. So again, if you are a marketer, try to think about what is the end of the product, where it goes, how you prove to the customer that it can be of purpose after the lifetime. And the lifetime span itself, when it is longer, of course, that means your product is more sustainable. So this is what I would like. I would share, this is a bit of video. I would like to share with you, because this is about marine. And what we are trying to actually to also leverage on is the regulations. Regulation from IMO or International Marine Organization become more and more strict, because 1/5 of the world emission means 20% of world emission is coming from marine. So if the marine industry reduce that by 50 or 60 or 70%, now the target is 40%. That means it's a big saving on the emission of CO2. So what we have done, I will show you in this video. We talk about the actually what the let's say the owner of the ship is facing challenges because of the regulation, because also they have to prove they are sustainable, and also they get actually back rewards from different places, from different countries, if they are, let's say, saving on fuel, if they are reducing their emission. So we got a lot of product in the portfolio. It's just how you phrase the story between the regulation and your customer, and of course the, let's say, the sustainability goals that they are facing. Let me show you this.
The maritime industry is facing an unprecedented situation as the IMO, International Maritime Organization, intensifies its efforts to combat climate change. With ambitious targets set to reduce carbon intensity by 40% in 2030 and total greenhouse gas emission by 50% in 2050. All the ship owners worldwide are under pressure to comply with new regulations of EEXI, which is Energy Efficiency Existing Ships Index, and also Carbon Intensity Indicator. What we are doing about it at Alfa Laval, that we understand firstly the complexities you face in meeting these stringent standards. Our decarbonization solutions are specifically designed to help you to reduce carbon emissions, enhance operational efficiency, and stay compliant with evolving regulations. So what do we do to address your decarbonization challenges? Firstly, alternative fuel solutions. As IMO targets are looming, we are all pushed to look into solutions which are cleaner. We provide our FCM methanol, which offers a sustainable solution, enabling you to switch to methanol and significantly reduce your carbon emission footprint. While this is one solution, we also offer an energy efficiency solution. So EEXI, CII regulations are demanding enhanced energy efficiency. We have a product called Ocean Glide, which is engineered to optimize energy use, cutting emissions, and operational cost. You can achieve compliance without compromising performance in this case. While these are some solutions, we still look forward for more to gather on board. What do? We have waste heat recovery systems. As you know, fuel costs are on rise, environmental scrutiny is increasing, maximizing energy efficiency is crucial. Our e-power pack and micro boilers convert the waste heat to valuable energy, reducing both fuel consumption on board and CO2 emission, helping you to achieve your IMO targets more easily. While this all is still being taken, we also offer green ways to eco-services. Now, this is a good solution which is available in addition to the uptime of your equipment. Remote guidance contributes to more sustainability by reducing unnecessary travel, emissions of CO2, and also the cost involved in getting the engineer on board. So, maintaining compliance and leading to sustainability is now more affordable. With all this, what we recommend or what we see is partnering with Alfa Laval is for a sustainable future. Alfa Laval is committed to supporting you in a decarbonization journey. By choosing our innovative products, you can confidently meet IMO regulations, with which, together, let's build a greener, more sustainable shipping industry.
So the story, it was like, salespeople going and selling individual product. Okay, this product can turn waste heat into electricity. This product can, let's say, reduce fuel consumption. And other product is, let's say, able to, let's say, reduce the CO2 emission. But when we phrase this together under one umbrella, it becomes a decarbonization and sustainability campaign. And customers are happy to hear this because there are regulations that demand them to reduce the CO2 emission. And if we talk like using this solution, that means also they are reducing the cost and becoming more efficient, and that becomes more revenues for them. So yeah, the first pitch is the sustainability,
Right.
but also include a lot of benefits in the profit and a lot of benefits in, let's say, it becoming more efficient and more sustainable. So this is what we are today as marketer, driving the sustainability marketing campaigns rather than talking just about profit and
Right.
cost reduction.
Right, thank you so much. It's so amazing to see that each day there are organizations and companies working towards making a better future, not just for us, for generations to come. And I think as much as there are catastrophes taking place, I feel like there are individuals that are also sitting in this room and outside that are actively working every single day to make sure that we live a green life. So I would like to open to the floor now if there's any questions for our green experts.
So do we have any questions? Okay.
Okay, so as Ahmad and Sergei, you said together about the marketer. Seems we are new into this digital marketing and we doesn't know about anything belongs to any social media platform or anything. How we can recognize a best marketer, or how we can understand the reality of the marketer, or based on what we can identify that person is the real and can take us, our product or our company, to the next leading audience, and what exactly they can grab from us. So how we can identify a certified or qualified marketer, or any company belongs to digital marketing, how we can you guys give us the tip?
Sure. First of all, what you should know that there is no magic button which you can press and start to get leads from internet or customers immediately. So really good digital marketing manager, first of all, will request some information, some details from your company, and he will make a research and like a feasibility study if his efforts will be profitable for you. And he will advise you, sometimes even not to go to digital marketing and do what you're doing, for example.
Actually, I mean, they say, for example, you know, if someone go to the school of acting to become an actor or actress, you know, and if he's playing Hamlet, you know, if he can really become Hamlet to make everyone believe that he is Hamlet, then that is a good actor. That's a good potential for that kind of future, let's say, career. I would say also the good marketer will be the one who can really understand and have the same feeling and emotion and position of your customer. If I'm a good marketer and I can really sense and feel how your customers would feel and perceive your products, then I would say I'm a good marketer. I've tried this in different positions, in B2B and B2C. So understanding the customer behavior is a key role for the marketer, and bridging the let's say the space between the product or the engineers who are making the product, or maybe if you are not selling products made by engineers, something else, let's say service designed by your, let's say, operation, bridging that gap between the product producer and the customer who will use the product or who will consume the product is the key role of the successful marketer. Trying to understand how to speak the language that the customer can understand and how he can actually reach out to the customer is the next challenge. But at least he should be able to understand the customer behavior and try to tell the customer what the customer interested in. The rest is technology, and the rest is technical, you know? Yeah.
Yes, I believe we're speaking here about marketing strategies, so he can ask him about that. And what is that? Basically, it's what we sell, to whom, how, and when.
All right, so do we have any more questions? So to conclude this topic, each one of you, you know, a one word or one line, a global trend in green marketing that you find most promising.
For me personally, and I think it's something that I learned today that he spoke about, is incorporating green practices or sustainability practices in your products. So on the label, we want to see everything, like how did you ship, how did you produce, what material did you use. I think that is very important, and I think it should become mandatory.
Yes, I believe transparency is the main thing that we should bring to the table for our customers. Transparency. We can show them real value, not only about the product itself, but also about how product can help them be involved in this process.
I think, of course, organizations are driven by people. So being honest with the customer is a key. And of course, putting serious effort to drive sustainability in marketing. And I think marketing is playing a crucial role, because marketing, again, bridging the communication between the external environment and the organization. It's both way. It's not only one way that, okay, we have this message as organization and we want our marketing to disseminate. No, it's also companies who are market oriented. They would like to design their products based on what the customer expect. And this is how the successful brands are. So being honest and putting serious effort to save the planet is very important. It can be in different ways. I think each company can play its own role. We are in the transition now into green energy. We are in this transition. We don't know how long it will take. It is happening, maybe slowly, maybe faster tomorrow. And of course, renewable energy is coming up. Fossil fuel will not be, let's say, the future for every industry. So marketing should also spread the message, spread the awareness, and show what the organization is providing on the table, just to become more sustainable and to have really a responsible approach to the environment and to the planet.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for concluding this beautiful session. So can we have a group
Can we have a
photo?
big round of applause for a wonderful session on the green marketing? So can you all move forward for the group photograph? Thanks.
So first we have Sergei Dobrovolskii. Come on guys, huge round of applause for Sergei. Next we have Ahmad Hus. So give a big round of applause for Ahmad. And at last we have Gina, Margaret, Tiger, wonderful moderator for this session. Come on guys, huge round of applause for Gina.